Look, man, I gotta be honest. I really don't care about women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I was never really a huge fan of women's wrestling. I'm like casual when it comes to women wrestling. I was never like a huge fan of it. To me, it will always be mid-card. To me, I was never a fan of it. So my opinion is very objective. But how can you disagree with what Lynch said? How can you disagree about what Becky Lynch said? It's like, what lie did she say? I mean, I read it. I don't know what she said wrong that people got beef about, especially the cult deranged AEW fan base. I mean, what did she say that was not a factual statement? Now, I'm saying this from an objective standpoint. I don't care about women's wrestling. In fact, I only have like 2 videos in long form about at least maybe 2 women wrestlers, because I really don't care about it. But of course, the WWE has a way better well-run women's division, more than AEW's. Like, that's not even close. That's not even a discussion that we should be having. It's like it's not close. What has Thunder Rosa done? Like, I saw a stat online, something like, since she's been champion, she hasn't gotten a lot of TV time. Like, I heard since she became champion, she's had like maybe 5 minutes worth of TV time in total. That's what I read somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. That's what I read. But if that's true, that's crazy. AEW has a horrible run women's division. Like, it's awful. There's no care to it. They don't care about it. It's like, what happened to Jamie Hayter? It's like, 1 minute she was on TV every week. I thought she was gonna be in a storyline with Britt, but what happened to that? Now she's off TV. Where is she at? Toni Storm, what has she done? Not much. She's just a girl for the WWE. What has she done? Nothing. She ain't making waves. Actually, she's turning into Keith Lee. What has she done? Now, people gonna say, well, they have put women in the main event. No, they have not. Britt Baker does not count. Because for the past 2 years, 3 years, they have built that entire division around her. When history is made when it comes to the female division, she is involved, which means she's basically their Charlotte Flair. So take it with a huge grain of salt. If she is in any kind of main event, like, bruh, that's their girl, that's their main chick, that's their meal ticket. That don't count. It's like, hence why they haven't done a damn thing with that women's division since she dropped that title. It's like, who cares if she is in main events? Like, bruh, that's their girl. If there's history to be made with that division, she will be involved, just like Charlotte Flair. So you gotta keep that same energy. Like, people say Charlotte Flair is involved in everything, right? Okay, you can say the same thing about Britt fucking Baker. You can say the same thing about her. She is always in every damn main event when it comes to the women. Has there ever been a women's main event that has not involved Britt Baker? I'll wait. When? Who? Please tell me who. You see, the WWE can't say that. They can't say the only woman we ever main evented was Charlotte Flair. Nope, they can't say that. But guess who can say that? AEW. Who outside of Rosa and Baker has there been a main event? out of those two women. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that they really don't give a shit about Rosa like that. They really don't. They don't care about her. Dude, the only two women they care about in that division is Jade and Britt. Everybody else is just filler. Filler, low mid-card filler. Nobody cares about Serena Deeb. Nobody cares about Shida. Why are these two women feuding? Nobody cares about that feud anymore. Why are they fighting at this point? It's done. It's over with. The crowd don't care about none of those girls. There's nobody on the roster that has a bright future besides Britt and Jade. I want to say Jamie, but they not doing a damn thing with her. It's like it's the typical AEW stop and start push, right? 1 minute, fucking Garcia was stuffed down our throats. Now he's kind of taking a back seat. Then we had Dante Barton stuffed down our throats, and now he's a jobber again. He's taking a back seat. Now the new Dante Barton is Wheeler Yuta. How long will that last? You see a pattern? You see this weird pattern? These stop and start pushes with these random fucking mid-carders? Dante, Wheeler, Garcia. 1 minute every week they are always on TV, then Tony Khan puts them back where they were. So I guarantee you Wheeler will be in the same position. I'll give this push maybe like 4 months, then he's gonna go back into the low mid card. That's what they do. That's what they always do. They did it with fucking Ricky Starks. They did it with Darby. They do it with everybody. Jungle Boy. They give you false hope about this certain guy every week. Then all of a sudden, where they at? Where's that push? Huh? That's it? 5 weeks a push? Where they at? They same thing to Jamie Hayter. Dude, that is an awful women's division, man. Like, every feud really don't matter. Every feud does not matter at all. There's no women that are any close to any titles. That's the sad part. Who on that roster is close to a title? It's like Rosa has no opponents really. She has no opponents. Jade has really no opponents. There's nobody on the roster that has a bright future. They have no Cora Jades. Bruh, they have no Nikita Lyons on that roster. Who do they have? They have no Raquel Gonzalez on that roster. Who do they have that has a bright future outside of Britt and Jade? They're not doing anything with Hayter. It's like the WWE Women's Division is filled with fucking stars to the point where Rhea Ripley is now a damn mid-carder now. That's how deep that roster is. Why are we ignoring the fact that they have a very deep roster? Liv Morgan can't crack the fucking main events. They have a deep roster. So of course, tons of women gotta take a back seat. It's like Asuka could get no damn TV time all these months. That's a deep damn roster. The thing that I agree about what Becky Lynch said is they feel more important. They have a better presentation. It's not Britt Baker and everybody else. No, they got Charlotte Flair, they got Ronda, they got Liv, they got Rhea, they got Carmella, they got Raquel, they got Io, Becky, Bianca Belair. Like the list goes on and on and on of women with bright futures who got a great spot on the damn card every week. That's a deep fucking roster. And they all feel like stars. Especially Bianca. Look, Bianca Belair, she's a fucking star, man. You can't say that roster is built around Becky and Charlotte. Not anymore. Get that out your fucking head. Bianca is a fucking star. She's in tons of commercials, bruh. Oh yeah, Sasha, she a star. Naomi, a star. That roster is fucking deep. So of course, women gotta take a back seat. They are fighting for one title. They gotta take a back fucking seat. Unlike AEW, where it's like everything is built around two women, Jade and Britt. The rest are just filler just to get those two girls over. That's a problem. Once again, the next time you see a woman in the main event in AEW, it's gonna be either Britt or Rosa, Britt, and Jade. Those three girls. And I'm being generous adding Rosa, because she ain't doing shit with that title. Dude, they don't care about the women's division in that company. How come Ruby ain't doing a damn thing? It's like, dude, now I see why the WWE got rid of her. Because damn, she ain't doing shit in her new company. So how you gonna say she was underutilized on SmackDown? She ain't doing shit now. Because maybe Tony Khan sees what Vince saw in her, which is not really any money in it. Now, when it comes to Bianca Belair, man, she a fucking star, man. She feels like a top girl. That's what Becky was talking about. All their top girls feel like top girls. Bianca feels bigger than fucking Seth. Becky feels like a top girl. She feels like Roman. Charlotte Flair, she feels like Roman Reigns. Ronda feels like Roman Reigns. She feels like a top girl just like Roman. Those two girls feel like top chicks. I don't feel like Rosa is where I don't know, Adam Cole's at. She don't feel like Adam Cole. Rosa don't feel like Adam Page. Rosa, she don't feel like Jungle Boy. Like, come on, man. That's what she meant. They don't feel like stars in that company. In fact, the AEW, look, how the way that division is booked, it feels like the Divas era. It feels like the Trish Stratus era, where everything was built around Lita, Victoria, and Trish. That's how it feels. It feels like the Divas era, where they didn't really take women's wrestling seriously. It was just, filler, maybe mid-card. And once every blue moon, you might see Trish and Lita in the fucking main events, but that was rare. That is AEW. The WWE, you got women like Sasha and fucking Bianca main eventing WrestleMania. Okay? They make sure they feel like stars. That's what Becky meant. They are presented in a bigger fashion in the WWE, and they have like a deeper roster. Man, have you seen 2.0? Have you seen NXT 2.0? They got tons of girls on that roster, man, that got a bright fucking future. Bright future. I can't say the same thing about AEW, because everything is built around one girl or two girls. Tons of women on the roster feel like just regular women. They don't, come on, man. Do they have any Sashas on that roster? Once again, what did Becky Lynch say that was wrong? Do they have any Biancas? Do they have any Cora Jades? Do they have any Oscars that feel like, oh, she is at that Oscar level? For example, fucking Asuka, she can main event any show every week, right? And some people would think she's not at that level or Charlotte Flair when it comes to being pushed, and yet if she was in any kind of main event on Raw, SmackDown, nobody would bat an eye, right? But you can't say that about fucking Serena Deeb or Sheeta. Just imagine if they were in some kind of main event. That would look awkward because they are not at that level. See, when it comes to the WWE, they got women who are kind of interchangeable when it comes to their spot on the card, which is a good thing. Like Sasha, she can main event any show. Rhea, she can main event any show, and we wouldn't have no issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they got women on the roster who are not actually mid-carders. They got women on the roster who are fucking main eventers. That's the difference. Too many girls on AEW roster are low mid-carders. Dude, they don't... Chris fucking Statlander. What is she? Is she a main eventer? No, she... Look, man, I think she's low mid-card to me. Right now, she's very low mid-card. I can't see her in any kind of fucking main event on Dynamite. Like, there's tons of girls in the WWE that, where it's like, when Charlotte Flair finally goes away, you got chick on the roster who are gonna take her place. Shit, they got women in fucking NXT 2.0 who are ready to take her spot. I can't really say that about AEW. Who is going to take the spot of Britt Baker if she were to leave? Huh? Nobody. What, Jade? She's already pushed. So, who else? You need more than two girls to lead your division. You need more than that. What's her name? Fucking Bayley hasn't even shown up yet. Let that sink in. Bayley hasn't even showed up yet. And yet, I mean, where is she gonna go on that card? That card is getting deeper and deeper when it comes to the women division. It's getting deeper and deeper now. Damn. So how can you say the WWE women's division is not better than AEW? It's like, huh? Come on, man. It's like I'm not even a fan of female wrestling, but yet even I gotta co-sign that. That's like factual. That's like factual shit. That's very factual. Bruh, there's tons of women on that roster who are in commercials. Mainstream commercials. Every time I turn on TV, I'm seeing Bianca, I'm seeing Becky, I'm seeing Charlotte on TV in commercials. That's what she meant. They feel like top girls. They feel like they are one of the top girls in that company, with regardless of fucking gender. Like, huh? Like, what are we talking about here? Your current women's champion barely gets any TV time. Ever since she won that title from the other top girl, who they find more money in, who they find a bigger investment in. Dude, that is an awful division, man. You can't lead your division with only two girls, man, and thinking you are at the level of the WWE. It's like they got there's tons of women on SmackDown Raw who are fucking interchangeable. Where it's like we wouldn't bat an eye if this chick replaced that girl. When it comes to being a top girl. It's like, dude, you got Ronda, Charlotte now. It's like Sasha is not even in singles now. She's a fucking tag team girl now. It's like, bro, that roster is deep. It's way better than AEW. They don't give people stop and start pushes. It's either you a top girl or you not. They don't tease you. AEW teases you. Shit, they teased us with fucking Jamie Hayter. That was a tease. It's like, where the hell she at? Hell, I thought she would have been turned on fucking Baker. But now we have to wait now? Like, how long do we gotta wait for her to finally turn on Baker? It's like, you can't put storylines on hold. That's not how this works. You can't tease your audience. It's either we are gonna care now or we are not gonna care 5 months from now. Do it while the iron is fucking hot. And now it's cold now. It's like, that's what Becky meant. They are better handled in the WWE. They feel like stars in the WWE because it's a deep roster. Dude, there's not enough pie to go around on Raw and SmackDown. There's not enough pie to go around. It's deep. It's a deep roster when it comes to women. Not men, but when it comes to the female division on Raw and SmackDown, that shit is fucking deep. It's like, Rhea is nowhere near a title now, but she can be a champion, but she's nowhere near it now, but she can be. It's like she has to take a back seat. There's nobody in AEW who has to take a back seat. Those girls are just not that damn good. It's like, bro, like, how come Ruby is not a top girl, man? It's like, that's weird to me. It's like, she came from a big company. How come she ain't no top girl? Or maybe it's because she ain't that good. Have you thought about that? That roster ain't that good if an ex-WWE girl is not cracking nothing. She ain't moving no needles nowhere. It's like, what's that girl's name? Roddy Strong's wife, right? What's her name? Shafir? Dude, I seen her wrestle. Man, she still needs some work. And guess what? She's the damn number one contender for Jade. And she is green as grass. I'm like, wow. She is a number one contender? Wow. Let that sink in. She is a number one contender. She is green as grass. I'm like, wow. That's your standard? You see, man, I got bars for days, man. I can always counter you with everything with fucking facts. Jade has no competition. Rosa has no competition. It's like, what's her name? Take Conti. It's like she ain't like she ain't doing shit. Like right now, at this point, she's a fucking valet. So how is AEW better? That is an awful division with no stars in it. You see, we should ignore that. So they have no stars in that division. Come on now, man. Sasha Banks, if Sasha Banks was on that roster, where do you think she would be on the card, man? That's an honest question. She will be a fucking main eventer. Tony Khan will bend over backwards for Sasha Banks. If she was on that roster, you think she would be where? Do you think she would be where fucking Ruby Soho is at? No. What if Rhea was on that roster? Hell, what if Carmella was on that roster? I think she'd be a top girl. It's like Asuka would be a top girl, main eventer in AEW. Who on the AEW roster would be a main eventer in a WWE? Nobody. Not Jade, not Britt. Nobody. Because you gotta work in the WWE. That's the point. You gotta be a worker. Jade ain't no worker. Britt, Britt, she's solid, but not main event material. Hell no. Hell, there's no way in hell we will see, I don't know, Bianca versus Britt in some kind of main event. on Raw or SmackDown. Nah, man, hell no. It's like, dude, like there's so many women who are not on TV that are talented on Raw and fucking SmackDown. That if they were in AEW, they will be in a better spot because they have a weak ass fucking roster on fucking Dynamite when it comes to women. I'm saying that's what I mean. It's like this is what I mean. If Baker is off TV, do you care about the AEW women's division? If Jade ain't doing nothing, do you care about what's going on? Come on, man. That's a serious question because I don't. I fucking doze off. I don't care. If Baker is not on TV doing something, then you have no fucking division. And that is Tony Khan's fault. Just like everybody always blames the WWE for the push of Becky and Charlotte. Nah, man, that's bullshit. Because look at fucking Bianca, look at Asuka, fucking Bayley. Bayley, man, that chick was the MVP during the goddamn pandemic. So I'm saying they got women who are interchangeable. Bayley can easily take the spot of a Ronda or a Becky. Asuka can take the spot of a Ronda or a Becky or Charlotte, and we wouldn't bat a fucking eye. That roster is fucking deep. AEW, it's like, dude, do we care about what Rosa's doing with fucking Nyla Rose? No. Come on, man, dude, are you invested in Nyla Rose versus Rosa? I'm not. I'll admit I was pretty invested in fucking Britt Baker. I was invested. When she was champion, I was invested in everything she was saying and she was doing. Ever since then, nobody cares about that title. Whose fucking fault is that? That's fucking Tony Khan's fault. And one other thing. People always say that the WWE doesn't book wrestlers good as faces when it comes to them being champions. Well, dude, AEW is like the worst company when it comes to booking wrestlers as faces when it comes to being their champions. Eventually, they will get you heat. Bad heat. Ask Cody. Cody was a multiple-time TNT champion, and for some reason, that got him heat. That made the crowd turn on him. Because it seemed like he was being handed all those titles and shit, right? That sounds like Sammy G. He currently is getting the Cody Rhodes treatment because he's being handed titles and he's a face. See, it'd be different if he was a heel, becoming a multiple time champion over and over and over again. But no, he's a face who is now turning into a heel. But the only reason he's turning heel because the crowd don't like him, so they have no choice but to turn this guy heel. It's like Moxley when he was a face as champion. It was a average run. Fucking Page. This dude is a below average world champion as a face. They don't know how to book faces as champions, man. They just don't. They will eventually get the crowd to turn on your ass because they don't know how to book faces as champions. Worse than the WWE. Because fuck Adam Page, dude, he is not a good champion. Like, the crowd ain't really all that into him as the world champion. He needs to be a chaser, not a holder. That's the problem. They know how to book. They know how to book wrestlers as the chasers, but they don't know how to book wrestlers as the holders of their titles when it comes to being a fucking babyface. Like, how did we turn on Sammy G? He was a face, but now the crowd hates him. Case in point, they don't know how to book babyface champions. Cody got booed. Sammy is getting booed. Paige is being turned on. Like, you see a fucking pattern here. Rosa is a boring ass champion. Fucking Jungle Boy and that dinosaur dude, they are boring champions as faces, aren't they? See what I'm saying? It's like there's a weird pattern here. So they got two things working not in their favor. They have a horrible book division when it comes to the females, and they don't know how to book champions who are faces. Only heels, but not faces. Jericho was a great heel champion. Omega was a decent heel champion. Miro, decent heel champion. What's the name? Luke Harper, right? Lee. Brody Lee. He was a good heel champion. But dude, they rarely push out good champions who are fucking faces. They have a horrible track record when it comes to booking babyface champions. It's like case in point every fucking week. So the point is, Becky was right. The WWE knows how to book female stars, man. When they want to. They know how to book stars. Look at Bayley, Asuka, Charlotte, Rhea, Bianca, Carmella. Dude, they are turning Carmella to a damn TV star now when it comes to her and Graves, right? The fucking Bella twins, they turn them into fucking stars. See what I'm saying? They know how to turn females into superstars. AEW doesn't. They focus on two women, and everybody else are just jobbers, are just filler to get those two girls over. That's it. I'm done.